All right, this your brother Issachar coming at you with another lesson. First off, I'm going to give our praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaa Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of the great millstones to learn this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word through the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Aquat that's listening and learning. Today's video is going to be entitled, Esau's Mission is Money, Possessions, and Slavery. All right. It's going to be entitled Esau's Mission is Money, Possessions, and Slavery. Salakia. Now I got inspired to do this lesson because of this video that was shared with me. And as you can see within the caption, it says, Russell Means on Spiritual Survival, Wounded Knee, 1973. Now, Russell Means was a Native American activist for what was going down in 1973 with the Wounded Knee. And we're going to go ahead and read just a little bit of this so you can know exactly what the history is. All right, it says Wounded Knee right here. It says the Wounded Knee occupation, also known as Second Wounded Knee, began on February 27th, 1973, when approximately 200 Oglala Lakota, sometimes referred to as Oglala Sioux, and followers of the American Indian movement AIM, seized and occupied the town of Wounded Knee, South Dakota, United States, on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. The protest followed the failure of an effort of the Oglala Sioux Civil Rights Organization to use impeachment to remove tribal president Richard Wilson, who they accused of corruption and abuse of opponents. Protesters also criticized the United States government's failure to fulfill treaties with Native American people and demanded the reopening of treaty negotiations with the goal of fair and equitable treatment of Native Americans. All right. So as you can see, this is just another piece of history that our people, all right, speaking to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you Negroes and Hispanics, all right, the Native American people are your brothers, all right? They're your brothers and your sisters. And this is another piece of history, all right, showing the wickedness that was done to them by Esau, all right? This is another piece of history. And we already know that the Native Americans, you know, Gad and Reuben, they're going to get down in the kingdom. They're going to get down in the kingdom. It's written in Genesis 49. Let's get it real quick since it's on my mind. Let's get Genesis 49. And then let's go to verse. Hold on, real quick. Go to Genesis 49. We'll just get to the point. This is Genesis 49 and 19. It says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. And that's exactly what's going to happen in future prophecy, all right? Gad will overcome at the last, all right? A troop have overcome Gad, as we already know. We already know the history behind that. But you can use this scripture as well because they will overcome at the last because of everything that was done to them here, all right? Esau's not going to get away with everything that he has done to the children of Israel, all right? So this video right here, you're going to hear Russell Means speak on how Esau operates pretty much. And he's going to tell you how Esau was pretty much never satisfied with just living life the way that it should be. He has to manipulate everything. He has to alter everything. He has to dig so deep into every little single part of life to the point where he destroys it. And that's written in the scriptures as well, all right? So before I begin speaking even more, let's go ahead and play this video, and then we're going to grab a few scriptures.
To be a white man, all you have to be concerned about is money and possessions and the pleasures, what he terms pleasures of life. When he doesn't realize that here lies the pleasure, the life that surrounds us, these green things which are our relatives, this grass, the things that grow, all living things which are our relatives. But the white man sees that he has to manipulate and exploit all these things so that he can have pleasure, self-pleasure. It's complete selfishness. And so this is what that old man meant when the hardest thing today is to be an Indian. It's so easy to go out and get a job and become concerned only with money. And then you start building fences around your house. You start building fences around your cities. You start building fences around your states. You start building fences around your country. And all this time you're building only a fence around yourself.
Yeah, exactly. When you get down to it, Esau is destroying himself. And, they always show that in a lot of different TV shows. You read a lot of different books, so forth and so on. The bad guy always loses because he's too greedy. He's too selfish, and he doesn't realize that he's actually destroying himself at the end of the day because he's not living life the natural way. He's not trying to be a good person. And that's exactly what Esau is. He is the wicked. He is the border of wickedness, like it's written in the book of Malachi. All right. And so you heard him say, in order for him to have some type of pleasure or some type of fulfillment or fullness, I should say. All right. He got to manipulate everything. He got to exploit. He got to mess with every single little thing in this earth and pretty much get rid of it. Get rid of it, destroy it, keep it for himself, so forth and so on. And this is where the line has to be drawn. All right. You heard Russell say in the video that the relatives around us are the green things. He said the grass, all right, the flowers, the animals, the air, the water, because earth is supposed to be paradise. This place is supposed to be our place of happiness. It's supposed to take care of us. That's why when you read different scriptures, like in the book of Sirach, you read about how great the medicines are as far as the herbs, fruits, and vegetables are concerned that the Most High gave us, which is naturally grown. They're our relatives. These things take care of us. And then the icing on the cake are the people. All right. When you be around our people, the ones with the righteous spirits, that makes you even happier and lets you enjoy life even more on a greater scale. But as long as Esau is around, we can't do that, man. Just like I always remember Apostle Gabar saying in one of his past videos, he said, we just exist. That's all we doing. We just exist because of this society, the way that it's set up. You can't enjoy yourself. You can't live. You can't even really push your own personality like that out there. You get around people, man, you got to hold a lot of things back because you don't know what's going to tick them off. You don't know what's going to press their buttons. You got to be careful with what you say. You can't even, showcase a certain talent or something like that because people may make fun of it. Go to the internet and expose you. Do this and do that, man. It's just too much. It's too much. And that's why we can't wait for the Lord to return so he can get rid of the wicked. We can't wait to see them get put in chains, man. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And that's exactly what Esau is doing right now. He's destroying the earth, and that's why he has to be destroyed, and he will. But before he's completely wiped off of this earth, he have to serve slavery for 1,000 years, which is very much necessary because he got to build all of this back up. You destroyed it, so you got to build it up. Just like your parents used to tell you, you the one that made the mess. You got to clean it up, and they going to do it. We not going to lift a finger. The only thing that we going to do as soon as World War III is completely done with, Lord willing, we're a part of the elect. We're going to have the new bodies. We're going to have the spiritual power. We're going to be flying around everywhere, gathering them up, putting them in chains. All of the wickedness is going to stop. Then we're going to make them clean up the earth, starting with gathering all the bones and everything from World War III. Then after that, that's when the hardship is going to begin, man. It's actually going to begin right there because we're not going to be easy just because it's the beginning. It's going to begin right there. But we're going to get them because they're destroying the earth. There's a lot of animals that's that's extinct. They don't exist anymore. Which is wild beyond imagination. You literally are getting rid of the Most High's creations because of the way that you operate on this earth. You think the Most High is not angry about that? He put time and effort into create these incredible beings. Or beasts, I should say, all right? These creatures. He put all this time and effort to create them, and you literally did the most to the point where they can't even exist anymore, man. And you doing the same thing to the people. That's what you want to do. Just like it's written in the Georgia Guidestones. They want to reduce the population down to 500 million people. They want to get rid of the majority of the people. They're destroying the earth, man. And this is why they got to go. Let's get Proverbs 27, We're going to get Proverbs 27. Then go to verse 20. And it says, hell and destruction are never full, so the eyes of man are never satisfied. That's right. Hell and destruction are never full. Evil will always try to stick around some way, somehow, as long as you got people like Esau sticking around. That's why it says, so the eyes of men are never satisfied. Eyes of man are never satisfied, man. It's never satisfied. He can never just stay still. He can never just keep his hands to himself. He got to be the bully. He got to be the one that shows everybody that he runs everything and there's none that you can do about it. He got to be the one that tells you that this is how you're going to live, or if not, you can't even exist, even though he's the one that's already making everything not exist in the first place. It's some bullshit. The eyes of man are never satisfied. Esau could get to the point where there's only 10 of them left. There's no Negroes, no Hispanics, no Native Americans, no Chinese, none, no Asians, no Indians, just them. Just them. Just the people that they sat at that round table with. And they'll still look at those last 10 people with some type of plan in the back of their mind, man, plotting. Man, how can I get rid of these other 5 people so then it only could just be us 5 left? And then those 5 be like, how can I get rid of each and one of them so then that way I can have everything to myself? That's how they think, man. They are never satisfied. That's why when you get the book of Habakkuk, we're going to get Habakkuk chapter 2. Then we're going to go to start at verse 4. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. That's Esau, man. He transgresseth by wine, these different philosophies, these different religions, these different ways of life, telling you can be whatever you want to be and nobody can judge you for it. They can't say anything about it, even though it may be weird or just straight up out of pocket. Telling you that you can worship Jesus and you'll be saved. Telling you don't even have to believe in God and you'll be all right. He transgresses, he sins, he brings evil in the world by these different religions and philosophies, these ways of life. He is a proud man. Yeah, super proud man. Always bigging himself up. They literally have a month called Pride Month, which is beyond wickedness, man. You got a group of people living out here who risk their lives just so they can live that wicked lifestyle, man. And that's what they literally doing. They're risking their lives. Especially, you not if both men and women. Men on men, you risking your life being in that type of activity, man. When you see these little commercials pop up, them weird ass medicine commercials, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Them commercials where as soon they be like, yeah, this will heal you as long as you get this subscription, and then they tell you all the side effects that you can get. They tell you that death may even be part of your life if you take this subscription, but they still sell it to you anyway. A lot of those commercials, they always show the alphabet people. They always show the alphabet people because they already know they're the ones that's at risk. They're the ones that literally are putting their lives on the line just so they can live that wickedness, man. It's crazy. But getting back to this, it says he is a proud man. Yeah, Esau's a proud man. It says neither keepeth at home. Just like I said earlier, he can't sit down. He got to get his hands into something. He got to get his hands into something, man. That's why when you see all of these different shows and everything, they always have these scientists. Esau's the mad scientist. He always got to experiment with everything. Why does his hair grow like this? How come his eyeballs are more wide than her eyeballs? How come they're building more muscle faster than we are? So forth and so on, man. Let's test it out. Let's get this needle and put this in them and do this and do that and see what the outcome is going to be. Let's see what the results are. That's them, man. They always on that bullshit. Always on that bullshit. That's why it says who enlargeth his desire as hell. The condition. This is what we living in every single day. We are living in hell and is as death. How many people literally die every single year because of what's going on in this world, man? Because of his rulership. The numbers are outrageous. It cannot be satisfied. He cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a tawny proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Destruction to him that increaseth that which is not his. This video is a plain example, because we already know how they got this land. They took this land from Gad and Reuben, increasing which is not his. This land don't belong to him. This land belongs to our brothers and sisters. They were here first. But now they're the ones that's profiting, not them, but Esau's profiting off of everything that they made them go through. The bloodshed, the rape, the robbery, leading all the way into the Atlantic slave trade with you Negroes, right? All of this that's been going on, and now they living deliciously off of it, man. And that's why the Most High said, woe to him that increases that which is not his. Destruction, because it's getting ready to happen. Everybody is feeling it, man. Everybody looking at the news. Everybody is talking about what's going on in the world right now. They talk about inflation. They talk about the possibility of World War III. They talking about the EBT disappearing. They talking about things being way too expensive, so forth and so on, man. Talking about how they got to work 3 jobs just so they can live in a 2-bedroom apartment, not a house, an apartment with 5 to 7 people living within that one place. It's bad out here, man. But this is Esau destroying himself, all for the simple fact that he just want to have world domination. Just for the simple fact that he want to have world domination. It's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. Let's get Obadiah. And we're going to go to verse 5. This is Obadiah 1 and 5. And it says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hitting? Oh, hold on. That's Salakia. I was reading verse 6. Salakia. This is verse 5. It says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Let's read it again. It says, if thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? Yeah. Even the people that will rob would be like, let's not take everything. And like, they'd be like, look, let's just get what we need and hurry up and get the fuck up out of there. Not Esau. Let's go look at the NLT real quick. Hold on. Let's get the NLT real fast. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Now, this is the NLT translation. It says, if thieves came at night and robbed you, what a disaster awaits you. They would not take everything. Those who harvest grapes always leave a few for the poor, but your enemies will wipe you out completely. Your enemies will wipe you out completely. Every nook and cranny of Edom will be searched and looted. Every treasure will be found and taken. Yeah, because we're going to take back what's rightfully ours. We're going to take back what's rightfully ours, starting with Yahushua. He's going to give the orders. He's going to give back his earth, because the earth belongs to him. Everything in his earth belongs to him, but he's going to share it with his people, starting with the elect. Like it says right here, literally a robber would come and just take what they need and then hurry up and get out. Esau like, no, I'm going to take everything that you own. Even you. So he wants money, possessions, and slavery. He wants everybody under his vibration. But that's not going to happen, man. That is not going to happen. Let's get James chapter 5. You're going to start at verse 1. It says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped treasure together for the last days. Yeah, you in your last days, Esau. All of this gold, silver, your power, your money, your military might, all of that is about to be over with. It's about to be over with. Miseries are getting ready to come upon you through the power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Verse 4 says, behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you, kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entering into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. You have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. You have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Yeah, just like we heard Russell say in the video. Their pleasure is exploiting, manipulating everything, taking everything for themselves. That's their pleasure. You have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Let's look up that word wanton real quick. Let's get that real quick. Here's the Greek word.
Strong's G 4684, spatalao. Spatalao.
The word is spatalao, right? And it says to live luxuriously, lead a voluptuous life, give oneself to pleasure. All right. To live voluptuously, live in pleasure, be wanton. All right. This is them. This is them. They've been living in luxury for a very, very long time, man. They've been giving themselves over to their own pleasures for a very, very long time. And now it's getting ready to end. It's getting ready to end, man. Let's read it again. It says, you have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. You have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. All right. You have condemned and killed the just. Yeah. You killed the Israelites. You killed the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans so you can live in your pleasure. You can live and be wanton. You have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you. All right. The Most High is going to remember everything that you did, man. He's not going to forget everything that you did. He's going to make sure that you receive every single piece of judgment that you deserve. Let's get one last scripture to close it out. Let's get Isaiah 65. Go to verse 17, because this is going to be our future. This is what we're looking for. It says new heavens and a new earth. This is Isaiah 65 and 17. It says, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. But be ye glad and rejoice forever in that which I create. For behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. This is what we're getting ready to experience. We're getting ready to rejoice for not living here. We're getting ready to rejoice because our Lord is going to be around us. And we're getting ready to rejoice because we're finally going to be a righteous people again. And that's why we're going to be a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. Yeah, the Lord is going to show us love again. He's not going to put us in captivity anymore, man. He's going to allow us to be his people. He's going to be happy about it. He can't wait to do it. But right now, he got to do what's necessary, which is bring judgment upon Esau and 2/3. But we're just going to speak about Esau in this video. Verse 20. It says, there shall be no more this an infant of days, nor an old man that have not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be a curse. And they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. Yeah, like we heard him say in the video. Everything around us is our relatives. This is what brings us pleasure. They shall not build and another inhabit. Yeah, which is the kingdom of heaven. Once the kingdom of heaven, Salaka, is established, it's never going to be destroyed. It's going to forever prosper. They shall not plant and another eat. For as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. Yeah, man, we can't wait. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of the Lord, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together. The animals going to be able to chill together, man. They're going to be able to be at peace. The lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain, saith the Lord. Yeah, Esau will not be able to destroy the joy and the pleasures that this place is supposed to naturally give us. All right. Because Yahweh Shai is going to be here. He's going to make sure that everything is ran correctly within righteousness. And Esau's going to be in slavery, man. Esau's going to be in slavery. Infants going to be able to crawl like the scriptures say. Infants going to be able to crawl around with snakes, with wolves, lions. And we're not even going to have to even worry about them. because they're going to be in the new bodies too as babies. We're going to be able to let, as soon as our kids able to crawl and everything, we just going to let them roam, and we're not going to be worried. We're not going to be worried. We already know they're going to be in good hands because the Lord is with them forever. And that's going to be one of the beauties of living in the kingdom, man, because you're going to be able to wake up without a worry on your mind. You're going to be able to wake up without sighing. You're going to be able to wake up and actually, when they be like, yeah, smell the fresh air, we're going to be able to see and actually smell what fresh air is. We're going to actually breathe in clean oxygen. Be able to walk outside after we wake up in the morning and actually just feel that, man. It's going to feel completely different. Completely different. Because why? Because we don't have to worry about Esau, man. This is not Esau. I'm just, doing like this because of what was spoken of in the video. But we won't have to worry about this no more, man. We're going to be able to live in peace. Esau won't be around to manipulate, to destroy the earth anymore. And this is one of the reasons it's not, I'm just going to say this is one of the reasons why we do this work, man. This is one of the reasons why we push this word out there, man, because the majority of our people don't realize this. They've been duped. Just like I was listening to the brothers from Chicago from that past camp, and the brother was like, yeah, the reason why a lot of Jakes hold on to the 90s and the 80s so much is because, they lived that life where they were able to live kind of peacefully with their enemies. Their enemies got them comfortable. They were able to watch certain TV shows and cartoons and have some type of fashion and go out to these fast food restaurants and everything looked glorious. The malls were fun to go to, so forth and so on. And that really got a lot of people to the point where they like, okay, this is it. It was like the perfect plan when you think about it. Slavery ended, right? So-called slavery ended. And then after that, you're born into a world where you just see all of these things around you. You see all of these holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Around this time of the year, all of the neighborhoods are lit up, everybody enjoying themselves, hot chocolate, candy, all this other bullshit. And it goes on for years. And so you get to the point where you're just like, man, you know what? This is actually all right. But now here it is, fast forward, and then you seeing the things that's going on today, and then you actually think about what was going on back then. Then you start to realize, like, all along, this was actually bullshit. But like I said, Esau got the majority of our people, and this is why back then these people had sense. That's why it's very important to bring old videos like this back up, because we realize who the enemy was, man. Our people don't know who the enemy is anymore. But like I said, it's getting ready to get back to the point where they're going to see who the enemy is once Jacob's trouble begin. But that's another topic for another time. But I'm going to end it with that. Just want to bring this out because, you see things like this, and it definitely reminds you of who you are and who the enemy is. So keep your eyes open, be circumspect, and keep praying to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. So I hope this is edifying. So with that, I'm going to say, call Halayim, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, B'Hashem Rachaa Quadash. Double honor to the apostles of the great millstones I learned this truth from. Honors to the elders and brothers out there pushing this word to the four corners of the earth within truth and sincerity. And shalom to the Akwat that's listening and learning. And Yahweh Ratazad, I'll be back with another lesson. Keep pushing, Yasharala. Keep pushing. We almost out of here. Shalom.